Good afternoon, lovelies of YouTube land, lovers of singer-songwriters from Belgium and beyond. Welcome back to Raving with Rua here on my YouTube channel, Songs from the Rua Room. I hope you're all doing fine and well in these strange times. It is, as I said, Sunday. It is the 3rd of May, and this is episode number 36. And it's great to see you all back here. If you're watching live, drop us up a little comment there and I'll put it on screen. Let us know you're watching. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button down there for me. It helps me to build the channel. Give us a little like and a subscribe, and maybe hit that notification bell as well, and you won't miss a thing. If you're watching on Facebook, please give the stream a share and give the page a like. It's at the Rua Room. All links to social media is there. TheRuaRoom.com will get you to Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. So, and of course, today's stream brought to us courtesy of the great people of G-Sharp Guitars, the world's finest travel electric guitars. So I hope you're all doing fine and settled in for an hour of chat and music with my guest today. She's originally from the Netherlands and she lives down there in Ghent, and very happy to invite her to the show. Please welcome Maite Louisa.
Hi there.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. Back with Oprah.
Yeah. Yeah, deja vu. You were here not too long ago with us. We had a very brief chat a few days ago, actually. Well, last week, was it? Last week.
Saturday, yeah.
Saturday, yeah. We were talking about that great playlist, the COVID-19 9000 playlist, and people may remember that from me flashing up this. Hello.
Side this. I have to go there.
Hello. So yeah, we'll be talking about that in a moment. But how are you doing anyway? You've been van the Netherlands.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. So thanks for having me again.
Lovely to have you again. And you make great music there on the Ghent scene. You moved. When did you move to Ghent?
Almost 6 years ago. Can't believe it.
Wow.
You won't hear it when you hear me talk Dutch, but yeah. So in July, I moved here 6 years. Yeah.
And was it the music business and the music scene that drew you here, or was it
definitely, yeah,
a few different reasons, or
a few, yeah, because at the time I was studying art. I just graduated in 2010 from art. I studied fine arts, and we came to visit again a lot of times, during my studies, and I really liked the art atmosphere here. But at the time, I was still thinking a bit about going more into the fine art scene, and but once I was here, I decided to completely let that go, and I dove in the music side of this town. So. Yeah,
you did. You had Ghent has been good to you. You've been good to Ghent. You're in a couple of different projects already. You have your solo show, of course, the Maite Louisa gig and band, and then what other projects are you in currently?
So I do my band, and then Zonen met Vaders, which is it's a Dutch group, and with 7 guys, me and 7 guys.
That must be fun.
Yeah, it's quite a challenge. No. And then, I usually do, like last year and the year before, I joined with Café de Loge. They had this great speed dates for artists, which I actually met Glenn, my guitarist, in. And I had a little group for maybe 2 months, and we performed together. So every now and then I join with groups to write some songs and perform. But mostly it's my project, and then Zonen met Vaders.
And then another one. Yeah, I have... of course, I have your website there on screen. If anybody wants to check you out, of course, Zonen met Vaders is also there. That's your .com. And if anybody's watching on the Facebook, that's Maite Louisa's page there. So give it a like and a follow. You won't be disappointed. So look, let's go straight into a song before we get straight into all of your personal details. I won't do that. Freddie wants to know if we're both wearing trousers, of course. Typical Freddie. Yeah, no.
For now.
Mind your own business, Freddie.
We still have an hour.
There's another serious comment there from...
thank you. For my friend in Australia. That's nice.
Australia?
Yes.
G'day, Australia. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining us. She loves you. He or she loves... He loves your music, yes. I think we all love your music. And we're going to have the first track of the day, and this is the one that appears on the COVID 9000 soundtrack, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
It is. You want to tell the listeners a little bit about the background of the song?
Well, this was one of the first songs since the the lockdown started that I started to rework the demo of, because I made a small demo and I released it last year, and now we're all stuck in our houses, so I decided to make a new demo with all my new knowledge of music in there, and then I sent it to my guitarist who played his part, and then we sent it to the bass player who edited and mixed it. So it really is something that shows the kind of direction I want to go as an artist. And it's a group work, because the first demo I made was all just me by myself, and I showed it to them when we started the band. And now this is
a real kind of collaboration between all of you.
Yeah,
it's great. Well, what I'll do as well, folks, as I play this, if anybody is interested in the COVID 9000 Spotify playlist, which is brand new, I will put up the because this is a kind of a static picture. It's a static picture video as well for audio purposes. I will flash that little QR code again. So if anybody wants to download that Spotify playlist, that's how you can do so during this song, because it is on the playlist, and it's a great song, folks. Maite Louisa, let's take it away. Free to Agree.
It's so sad he left me for the girl with the blonde wig. I really thought I could shape him into my world, but he caught me and demanded to be free. Now he's with her on the high horse, but at least they agree. But at least they agree. But at least they agree. What a waste of energy to think he would follow. I already could have known, since my expectations were high, and he fought me.
Voila. I might have left it a bit late to flash that there. I'll flash it again.
Good timing. There it is. Scan now.
That song, folks, get it now. There it is. COVID 9000 is the playlist, and yeah, I prefer to block my face than yours. There you go. And that song from Maite Louisa is on there, so go and grab that. There will be a link. Probably I'll leave a link below for that playlist as well later on, if anybody would like to get it. So where did it all start for you, Maite? Have your brothers and sisters? What was the musical influences in your younger years?
Wow,
growing
yeah.
up?
So I have a brother who's also a music producer, and we had a very musical, creative family. My parents are both artists, and we grew up listening to all kinds of music. Classical music on Sundays. When we were on holidays, we drove and we used to listen to the Beatles. My dad is a huge Beatles fan, and when I was a little bit older, I started. We have the North Sea Jazz Festival in The Hague, which is similar to the Ghent Jazz Festival. And it was 3 days, and I loved going there, preferably by myself, to just go there and listen to the music. And I discovered so many great artists there. And I really like jazz from that time. And I listened to a lot of like Ella Fitzgerald and I got to know Beatty Bell, which is kind of an unknown artist, but I got to know her also via North Sea Jazz is the name, and she combined jazz with pop influences. So she was on stage with a jazz band, and then she had like a loop station and a guitar and electric drums there. And she was I was 13, so that's a long time ago, and she was kind of ahead of her time. So when I got to know her, I was really like, oh, I should do this. I should go and play jazz and then with pop combined or something like that. Yeah.
But did you play a musical instrument, or was it just mainly into singing at the time? Or
I didn't. I did learn a little bit of guitar and piano when I was younger, but I wasn't that interested in learning a music instrument. And also, my brother really liked his piano, so it was really hard to go in between that love. And also, I was more interested in singing. I was singing all day long, and I was listening. I loved Erykah Badu, and I would play her record Baduism and just repeat it and repeat little sections and try to learn all her. So singing was the most thing that I wanted to do. And at the time I didn't realize, do I need an instrument to actually sing over things? I was just hoping maybe somebody would come along and I can play with them, but
and so was it after that then that you got into electronica and you play keyboardy things? I don't even know what they're called. Synthesizers. Thank you. Yes, synthesizers is the word I was looking for. So when did that come about? Was that something that you saw someone using and you went, oh, that's for me, or was it just all experimentation?
It was growing a little bit, and it actually started. I was learning piano when I got here in Belgium. I started taking guitar lessons, piano lessons, and I will never become a great piano player, obviously. I don't know why, because I don't spend too much time on it, probably. But then in Zonen met Vaders, actually, we were thinking, okay, what else can she do than singing in the background? And they gave me like a little synthesizer that our keyboard player was also playing. And, I started, and I completely fell in love with it straight away. And then I bought my own, and that grew. So that's about 3 years ago, maybe. And I love synthesizers because, first of all, they hide the fact that I'm not really good piano player. So you do one button and you have like a huge sound. So it's
I love that.
Yeah, that's one secret reason. And
wish
then
you could
the
do
other,
that with the guitar too.
yeah, yeah. Well, you have pedals, but the synthesizer, and also because for me it's like the modern sounds that fits really well with the voice, or you can play with it like it's a voice. It's just one sound and you can adjust it. You have so many layers, so I'm really a nerd in that. I sit there.
Yeah, you do it very well though. I mean, I'm just curious, is that something you can actually take lessons in, or is it all very much experiment based? Or
Well, I follow music production lessons, and then synthesis is there. Synthesis, is in there as a part, and so I do learn a lot also about virtual synthesizers. And if I have some money, I like to buy a few. Luckily, Glenn, my guitar player, he has a really good one, so we use that a lot. And yeah, hopefully I can buy a few more in the near future too.
Yeah, it's an kind of can be a never-ending story, can't
It
it?
is something you really have to learn. You have to, spend some time on getting to know it. Otherwise, it's really a big, abstract, strange.
Yeah, I know. Let's take a second and say hi to some more peepers. We have some great peeps in here. A couple of stalwarts, of course, from Ireland. How are you, Da? There he is. We were just asking if you're going to be here today. My father Martin is there from Ireland. How you doing, Da? How she couldn't fine. I hope you are too. And his partner Anna is watching as well from Shannon Bridge, Ireland. Hello,
there.
welcome. The lovely Celine that we just spoke to last week as
Hello.
well is here. How you doing, Celine? The man called him she, and I just found out recently that Celine says, "Oh, you live in Warshcott." I said, "Yeah." She said, "So do I."
Around the
We're
corner.
neighbours, so I can nearly wave at each other across the fields. Hi, Celine. Welcome. We have my friend Naud. He's over in Helmond. Hartelijk bedankt, Naud, for coming to join us. Great to see you, and a couple of other stalwarts for Belgium. The great Annegien is here, always tuned in and watching, and as is Stephen from downtown Warshcott as well. Hi guys, thanks everybody for coming in. The great Dennis Kelleher, great to see you, boy, over from Norwich. And so yeah, lots of new fans here today, hopefully for you, Maite Louisa. It's looking good. It's looking good. Let's tell me a little bit about our next song while we're yapping here. It's called Hardware Store.
Hardware store. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a live gig. I was at this gig. This is from Nest. Yeah.
yeah. It was last year we did a double bill with Sofar, who's also on the playlist, and we came up with this idea because the old library now is gone. It's not gone, but we cannot use it anymore as a cultural hotspot. But you could propose to do on a Tuesday. You could propose and say, okay, we want to do this concert, and we might earn a little bit of money from the entrance, and we did that. So for me, we made a double bill, and I was very nervous because I only did 2 tryouts before, and that Sofer has way more experience than me, so I was kind of nervous, but it was really fun to do, and it was our first big band performance that we did, and I wanted to show this song because it's dear to me, and also it has a great solo from Glenn in there, which changes all the time. And
you have of course you have some great musicians too. I think 2 or 3 of you have already performed in the RWR Room. Glenn, Ida, and yourself. And of course, who else is in the band? The drummer and
so it's Koen de Gar, who's also the drummer of Zonen met Vaders, and then Jeroen Lapere is there. So, and he's the one who mixed and mastered the song, the previous one. Yeah, and we really want to go into the studio in the end of this year. We're hoping to still do that, or maybe a little later. And then we have this was one of the songs that I really want to record because it combines like these things that I was talking about before, the jazz sort of standard chord idea, and then traditional songwriting. It's really a song that is really traditional in that sense, and the subject is dear to my heart as well. So.
Wonderful. Let's give it a listen, and we'll talk a bit more when we come back, folks. Here's Maite Louisa and band. Live at Nest. It's called Hardware Store.
Are you feeling like a hardware store with your inside outside on the floor? Are you losing so much sleep? The lows are running way too deep. Are you feeling like a your keys. You've been feeling like a hardware store with your inside outside on the floor.
Gorgeous stuff, lady. Gorgeous. Well done on that one. I have to unmute you there now to hear you, apparently. Sorry,
Maybe
I was saying that was saying just
Yeah, I
saying
heard.
gorgeous, yeah,
Thank
gorgeous stuff. And I was very lucky to be at that gig. It was a beautiful night, a lovely full house, and yeah, and I also like the way the video was shot. It's really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy we have that footage there.
Yeah, back from the good old days when we could do gigs. How's
In the
the
old
how,
library.
yeah? How is this lockdown treating you? I know. Do you find it like a very busy time? You just kind of pulling back and just seeing what happens and regrouping, or how's it going for you?
You know, I adapted very quickly to the situation, I must say. And I was thinking the other day, when as artists, you know, or as humans in general, are we not in this complete weird situation where we're trying to get some kind of stable situation, money and time and creativity? And but actually I've been great. I've been very focused on making music, on working on the demos, and I've been, you know, getting up early and working on that. And for me, it's really a time to, you know, I have this extra time now. Usually I have a part-time job that I have to go to, which I can't now. And of course I miss my colleagues and, you know, the everyday, the society. But it's good to take this time to, you know, reinvent myself as an artist before we hit the studio and before we do some new shows. So
Did you have studio time planned or anything like that before all this?
the idea, the
Yeah.
idea was to do pre-production in June and then go into the studio in the end of this year. And we had some gigs that were canceled, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
it's been but the moment I heard that this is going to happen, I just was like, okay, change the idea. And then, so now we are
Yeah.
5 weeks away, and I'm in a good rhythm, you know.
And do you yeah, indeed. And do you get back? I mean, we're just going back to that last gig. Freddie reminded me of it there, that how great the musicians are. Of course, not only Glenn, but your whole band, and that you work with some great musicians, and I just wanted to mention them.
I
there.
do, and
Yeah.
you know, they learn me so much about making music, and even when we are at home now, you know, my drummer, like I don't know anything about drumming. I didn't even know what everything is there. So he you know, he's very patient with me, explaining me all the things, and
Yeah.
for my house, I was recreating his live drums because we have the recordings from another show that we did. We have the recordings on multiband, so I was, you know, checking his tracks of the drum and replaying it in my MIDI, you know, program, and he's been checking them for me to
Yes,
see
it's-
if everything is correct.
That's
So
great.
it's great to be surrounded with these people, definitely.
Yeah. Did you get to play any gigs? Where is home for you in the Netherlands, by the way?
The Hague, yeah.
In The Hague. And
Yeah.
do you get to go back and perform much in the Netherlands, or is it mainly in Belgium?
Not with my own band, no. But also not in the Netherlands, but with Zonen met Vaders. We did twice, I think, already a little tour, a weekend tour in once in the middle of the Netherlands, around Utrecht, and then also in, how do you call that? The right side of the Netherlands.
Over there.
Yeah, so that was really nice. We made a little, and our music really connects very well from Zonen met Vaders with the Netherlands, with the Dutch people. So that's really nice. We hope to go back there also.
Yeah, well, let's shall we have a song from that great band? I mean, tell us a little bit about the band first. We'll talk about Zonen met Vaders.
Yeah.
And how it came about. And
So,
then we'll go into
yeah.
the track, yeah.
Zonen met Vaders is a project from, well, it started with 3. It's Jeroen Bone and Tom and Toon. I think they started it, if I'm not mistaken. And they grew slowly into the 8 band that we are now. We have a
8,
saxophone
wow.
player, trumpetist, 2 guitars, lead vocals, me, drummer, bass player. Am I forgetting anybody? Always have to
Wow.
count, like 8.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I joined them when they were recording their first EP in, I think it was 2016. And they found me via. They were looking for somebody to sing background on the EP. And I joined, I'm not sure if this is the one that we're going to show now, but I
This is
joined.
the CD launch gig over in
Oh, yeah,
in the Maynard, yeah.
And I joined. And this song is actually the song that when we were in the studio, we recorded it, and I did a few backing vocals. But then it grew out to be a little bit more because it was really a song where our voices of me and Jeroen really well connected. And after we recorded the album, they asked me to stay in the group, and I just stayed. I don't know if they asked me. I was there all of a sudden. This is great. I love this song, and it's it's the start of me working with the band, and now
but what a great also the videos from the CD launch, was it in the Minard and
So that's the CD's show of the release of Ogen voor een andere blik, which is actually an album that we've been working on for the last 2 years. And it's really a nice combination. It's like a mosaic of songs because we have several songwriters in our group. So we all made a contribution to the album. And it's really special for us. We worked on it for a long time. And, I must say, like the main songwriter of the band is maybe Jeroen. He's the lead vocal, and he wrote most of the songs from the EP. And I really loved when I really fell for the way he writes, because I don't usually write in Dutch. I have one song now in Dutch. And he has a specific way of writing that I found so original. And it's a bit dark, but it has a sense of humor, and you need, it's surrealistic. You have to listen to it again. And this song he wrote about a conversation he had with the trumpet player in the band. And from that conversation, he made this song really,
Amazing. And it looked like an amazing gig as well. I mean, the Mina was gorgeous anyway, but it looked, the way it was filmed and the lights, the sound, the whole vibe of it is lovely. So let's have a listen, folks. This is Maite's second project, Zonnen met Vaders, and it's a gorgeous track from live at the Minard Theatre in Ghent from the release show. Let's check it out.
Uitgezaaid, ingezaaid. Je haalt de stoffige longen uit de donkere kamer. De donkere kamer moet licht zijn, helemaal donker. Helemaal donker. Je haalt de snorharen weg, zomaar weg, zonder pincet, zonder meer. Jij bent uitgezaaid, 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 ingezaaid. inside. You've been taken by.
Oh yeah, Sons with Fathers. Had a great
Yeah.
name as well. Sonnen mit Fathers. Fantastic.
It is.
A great name. But yeah, but you're right. The blend between your voices is very beautiful on that track as well. I think it's well matched, well suited.
Yeah, it is.
You and the
Surprisingly, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not surprisingly, I mean, but it was nice to figure
That's
that
right.
out.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice surprise to get
Yeah.
when it happens. But like there's what, 7 guys and yourself, so I hope you keep them under control. Do you keep them under the
I
thumb? Yeah.
do, yeah. For now, you know, never know. I had actually people coming after the gig, you know, to me like, oh, that's really, you know, good for you that you can manage these guys, or at least like, that you can stand with them, you know. And our trumpet player said like, okay, we're scared of her, you know.
Yeah, I'd
No,
say you're
but
very scary.
they're very great friends and musicians also. So.
Yeah, I know a couple of them in there, and great guys indeed. Hi, Nikhil. Great, thank you for joining us. Great to see you. Now is recommending a place called Local 42, so maybe
Definitely
that
check it
could be
out.
one worth checking out. I'm not sure if that's in Helmond or where that is now, but thank you for the heads up. And yeah, so you have lots of fans in Ghent, and you must love the Ghent scene. It's very vibrant.
I do,
and a
yeah.
great place to work. Lovely.
I miss that, you know, so much that there's always something to do at night, and now there isn't. I mean, you can
I
do
know.
stuff. You can do stuff online. I mean, you have the great initiatives that, you know, show live streaming, but it's not the same. You know, in Ghent, you have to be in the atmosphere in the historic center, and there's so many great initiatives going on here, and it's really an inspiring city to live in. And yeah, I met so many great musicians, and yeah, from all kinds of genres. So I love living here, definitely. I hope we can get back to that soon.
I hope
Might
I can
take a
too.
little while. Yeah.
I'll miss the live thing. So important for artists. But do you think, a lot of some of the artists I've been speaking to on the streams are saying, you know, that some of them are writing a lot and working a lot while they're locked down. Some of them are kind of saying, I'm just gonna, you know, because some of them are saying, no, I think for some of them the inspiration and the drive will come after it's all over as well. So I don't know if it'll be the same for you, whether you'll get back live gigging again, or things will open up and you'll be like, right now I'm going to start creating. I don't know, but you seem to be doing it. You seem to be doing it already.
Yeah,
while
well,
the
it's
lockdown's happening.
always going on. I mean, I'm working now. Like for me, because I started music so late, I feel like this is my extra time that I have to sort of catch up with myself, and so I use it as that. But also, I'm writing a song called Prepper, which is Dutch, by the way. I wrote it last year. I wrote it together with some other musicians here in Ghent, and we performed it actually at RWR Maite Louisa once. And now I'm finishing it up because I wrote it last year. Prepper, you know, the people who buy a lot of things when they because they're always scared that the world is going to end. So
those kind of people. Yeah.
And it's funny because it has prepper as like an English sound to it. So but I use it in a Dutch. So I my goal is to finish that song before the end of this lockdown, because I started working on it again when this happened, because it reminded me so much. Everybody's buying toilet paper and stuff.
Yeah, being over prepared all the time for the worst case scenario kind of people.
Yeah, so I am, but you know, probably something will come out afterwards as well. I'm constantly writing, so yeah.
I think you seem to be quite busy all the time working and stuff. I think it was also, you know, there's lots to learn. I mean, apart from the craft of songwriting and performance, you have your synthesizer stuff. You said you're also studying music production.
Yeah.
And where is that happening, or is it like a long course, or is it something that's?
I think it can go on forever. I think it's at the pool, the school in
Oh,
the
is it
center.
music school?
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
that in the higher grade. You can do that, and it's from a great teacher who works in a big studio. So there's a lot of knowledge, and now it's online. Obviously, every two times a week we do an online course.
What DAW are you using? What platform? Is it
For the
Logic?
teaching.
Is it Logic? Is
Not
it Logic?
Logic, yeah, but I'm learning Ableton right now, which is a different
right.
because I do want to perform. Like I have the big band thing, and I don't perform solo. And I love performing with my band, but it's easier also as a musician to be in small cafes where you can maybe do a little gig by yourself. So I'm exploring like how I can do that with just me, or maybe just a guitarist, maybe just Glenn and me, or so I'm trying to learn the program right now.
And in the course, do they go through the different DAWs, the different workstations, or do you have to choose? They do. They go through Logic and
Logic mostly, and then Ableton.
Ableton mainly. I see. Okay.
It's really nice to learn as a musician. We're so always dependent on earning money to go into a big studio, which will cost a lot of money to spend one day there even. And luckily, we have a lot of small studios that do for a lower cost, which is great. But if you really want to work with a good producer, you have to show them the money, So, which is completely logical.
True, absolutely, and also nice to keep control of as much of the process, I think, as you can. You can do that when you understand production, even on the lowest level, even to make
at least to make a good demo myself.
Exactly.
That's my main
production and demos, and click tracks, and understanding all of that.
Yeah. Then that would be my goal, not to be the best producer. Maybe later, we need more female producers anyway. So maybe I'm going to be one of those.
You can fly the flag, Maite.
Yes.
And tell us, Executeur Testamentaire. This is the next song from Zonen Met Vaders, which also appears on the COVID 9000. That's a COVID 9000 playlist.
QR code.
It's the QR code. So this song, I wanted to give that another mention there. This song happens to also be on that great playlist. And tell us a little bit about the background of this great song.
So it's the Dutch song that I wrote for the album, and I wasn't really expecting to write anything because I didn't have anything in Dutch. So. But then I accidentally wrote this song, and I told you this last week, but I was on my bike cycling, and I usually take little recordings on my bike when I have an idea. I get really good ideas on my bike. And then I tried to type in, this was an English idea, English language, so I tried to type in a little name to remind myself. So I was cycling and then having my phone in my hand, and which is really dangerous. And then my keyboard was still in Dutch, so it changed the name. And when I came home later that night, I saw Executeur Testamentaire. I was like, I didn't write that song. So, then I thought, that's kind of like nice rhythmic, Executeur Testamentaire. So I got really attracted by that. And also, I had to think about my own experience being at the executor when my mother passed away, and me and my brother had to sit down with an executor for the testament. And that was, quite an intense thing that happened. And this song is about this experience, basically.
I see, but there's a very cute. The video is very cute.
Yeah. I made it before the lockdown. Even I made it with my own children's drawings. My dad dropped a box of children's drawings 2 months ago here that he kept for me all this time. And I was looking through them, and I thought they were so naive. And it's nice to work with them because I studied fine art, so my level of making something is really I dare not making anything anymore. But with children's drawings, it's very easy because they're so cute and naive, and they tell you so much about yourself. And I made this funny video. I made it as a trip, so you have to watch it a few times to catch up.
Absolutely, but it's I love it. I think it's great, and the track, of course, is great. So here is Zonen Met Vaders and Executeur Testamentaire from the great Maite Louisa, folks. And her drawings.
executeur. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Toen was het over, ineens was het over, nu zit ik bij de executeur, testamentair, executeur. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Hij reikt me de pen en kijkt naar de klok. Hij reikt me de dure pen. Aanvaard ik het, aanvaard ik het niet, aanvaard ik het een beetje. Aanvaard ik het, aanvaard ik het niet, aanvaard ik het een beetje. Aanvaard ik het, aanvaard ik het niet, aanvaard ik het een beetje. Aanvaard ik het, aanvaard ik het niet, aanvaard ik het een beetje. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Ik zie je naam staan, ik zie je naam staan. Op elk blad zie ik je naam staan. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Laat het me niet doen, ik ga het niet doen, ik zet mijn naam niet neer. Verwerp ik het niet, verwerp ik het een beetje. Verwerp ik het niet, verwerp ik het een beetje. Verwerp ik het niet, verwerp ik het een beetje. Verwerp ik het niet, verwerp ik het een beetje. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Executeur, testamentair, executeur. Is het echt over, is het echt over, laat het niet over zijn.
Yeah. Top class, Maite. And Zonda met Fathers there. Great. And what a great idea to make a video with your old kids' songs. I love it. It's so artistic. I love all that kind
I
of
don't
stuff.
think I would ever thought when I was little, like, I'm gonna use this.
No. But it
But
has
yeah,
such a
it's-
charm later on in life when you see them back, and it's just it's great, you know. My grandfather was a great man for collecting stuff as well, and he handed me some letters one time that I written to him in, I would think it was 11, you know, asking him how his dogs were and what he was going to get me for my birthday and stuff. But so cute and innocent, you know, to read them back and see the little drawings, and yeah, it's so great. But here's
Yeah.
one for you. Supposing somebody said to you, you can pick one. You can be a live performer, or you can be into production. You can be a producer of music of other bands, or you can be, if you had to pick one of those two things, where do you think your heart would lie? It's a hard one, I know, but
Yeah,
do you think is that even possible to answer?
it is, because it depends on which day you ask me. But because it's like, I was thinking about this, you know, being a songwriter, or like, I'm mostly I love to sing, and that's my main you know, love. And writing songs is the second thing that I love to do, and it's like, it's partly, of course, it has some kind of therapeutic thing in there, you know, and then you have the third layer, which is you want to perform for an audience, you want to get your music out there. And for a long time I've been so scared to do that, and I still have huge stage fright, you know. It's actually, when I'm at home like this now, if I'm like, okay, this is good, I'm in at
Yeah,
home.
I'm surprised to hear that, because you come across as a very solid together performer. I've seen you a few
Well,
times.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I have a good poker face. No,
But
but
you
it's
do. You get kind of anxious. Well, it's a good thing.
I
They say
do.
nerves is good
Yeah,
because it means you care about what you do, right?
keeps you sharp. Yeah,
But
definitely.
it never stopped you doing a gig.
Well, yeah, well, they did for about 30 years
Wow.
because the first 30 years from my life, I performed maybe once in high school or something, but then I studied, I really decided to go for art school because then you can push like the artwork and you can stand at the bar and drink, watch other people be around your work, you know. So and now I had to go on stage and but actually, you know, it's me reaching out to other people, and you know, I try to talk in my songs about subjects that are dear to me, but I also see and feel that are, you know, in our society that everybody sort of can connect with. So it's really great that, you know, to be able to do this and to reach out and start some kind of conversation maybe with people about these subjects and that I'm talking about, and letting them hear my voice, you know.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to do, and I think I would choose that in the end. Yeah,
Would you? Yeah.
on a good day.
On a good day. Yeah.
And then
Sure.
maybe, you know, when I'm older, I will just write music for other people. I do like to inspire all other artists also to get most out of, you know, I have to inspire myself a lot, but to get the best out of their own work. So that might be something interesting to do on a later, like you do, you know, like getting people on your great RWR room on the channel.
Thank you.
And you know, you're helping other musicians. I really believe in this society of musicians working together. So
it's a great community, and you know, like I said, we all help each other out in many ways, you know, and it's great to be able to, in whatever position you are, big or small, to be able to give a little bit of something back.
Yeah,
Because you know, we all depend on the people, whether it's a venue owner or people who run YouTube channels or radio stations or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's a lovely thing to do. I get a great kick out of it as well. It's a bit of fun for me, but as I said, if it gives a small platform to somebody, then job well done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but you know, I'm at my happiest when I'm just in my room creating a new idea, and then I'm just like so happy, and then I'm all by myself, you know, smiling about my own weird lyrics. So I would never want to miss that. So if I had to go on stage a lot, I would also want to make time for this process. You know?
Okay, well, that was well answered. Absolutely. We have time for another song, and I picked this lovely song that you wrote for your mum. Tell us a little bit about it. It's kind of a sad story, I know, but the song is beautiful, so I think it deserves to be played. Sleep, Mama, Sleep.
Sleep, Mama. Yeah, I performed it once in your
in the room.
Yeah, it was my first. Because people see me with the ukulele, and then they think, oh, that's the girl with the ukulele, and there's some more, but I don't. Like, this is the only song. Maybe I have one more, but I learned ukulele for this song. Oh, it's right there.
There it is. Look at it.
And I had this melody in my head. And for a while, I thought that somebody else wrote this song. I was really like, oh, who wrote this song? And it's really nice. And it's like a children's sort of feeling. And I thought I had to play this on the ukulele, and I didn't know how to play the ukulele. So I started learning over summer. And then I played my song, figured out the chords, and I played the lyrics that I had. And, you know, I made this recording of me singing this song, I think 8 years ago, maybe. And it's really about me telling my mother, you know, comforting her and comforting myself of losing her, you know, of losing each other, and also losing the life that we never will have together. So
beautiful.
And that's what the song is about for me. And it's really dear. I try to play it at every gig. It's weird to combine with the more synthesizer songs, you know, that are completely different subjects, but I still try to do it a lot. And this is a special version where David from Sofar was also at the gig with Sofar in Nest, and he joined us on stage. So it was really nice to do it once with him.
Yeah, it's a beautiful version, and it does, as you said, it takes, you know, sometimes you have to come away from your, you know, the sound of your show, and just it's lovely to break it up with something as intimate and as beautiful as a song like this, and it worked really well. It always works in your show. I've seen your show a few times. But it does. A song like this kind of really grabs people's attention and imagination. So we'll play this, and then we'll come back and we'll chat a little bit more. This is a beautiful song, folks, called Sleep, Sleep Mama, live at Nest, featuring David from the band So Far.
Sleep, sleep, mama. Don't you worry about a thing no more, mama. I've been on my own so long, mama. Won't be needing you no more. Sleep, sleep, mama. Let go of earthly things now, mama. I will grow up on my own now, mama. Won't be needing you no more. No more, mama. Now that you're gone, I miss you so much more, mama. Never knew what you meant to me, mama. I'm not used to being alone. But she is long gone. She is long gone. She is long gone. There is no future for you as mother and daughter. She is long gone. Sleep, sleep, mama. Don't you worry about a thing no more, mama. I've been on my own so long, mama. Won't be needing you no more. No more, mama. Now that you're gone, I miss you so much more, mama. Never knew what you meant to me, mama. I'm not used to being alone. But she is long gone. She is long gone. She is long gone. There is no future for you as mother and daughter. She is long gone. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open. Please open your eyes for me. Please open your eyes for me. Please open your eyes. Merci, David.
Merci, David, indeed. Yeah, great singer, David, too. Really is.
It is. Yeah, it's
Sure
great.
is. That's the, yeah, I think that's probably a beautiful way to end our little chat. I
It
think.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Beautiful, moving song about a moving subject. I want to thank you very, very much
Thank
for
you.
your time and your talent. You have a beautiful voice. You're doing great work. Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
Keep doing what you're doing. And thanks everybody for tuning in from as far away as Australia and Ireland and all over the place. We had a great time with you. Thank you so much again, Maite. And I'll see you when the dust settles for
In the real.
yeah, in the real world. some flitches and a pinch or two.
Definitely. Will do.
Definitely. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Thank you.
There you are, folks. The lovely and the talented Maite Louisa. MaiteLouisa.com. There she is. Check out all of her web links. Zona mit Fathers, her other project, is down there as well. And of course, if you're watching on and following on Facebook, give her page a like there as well. Lovely talking to Maite Louisa today. And thank you all very, very much for those who could join us. Thank you all for all the lovely comments, and we shall see each other very soon on the next Raving with Rua. Make care of yourselves.